the true cost of free sex and why there will be a soft girl era, but only for a select few women. So we're going to take a trip back to 1950s, okay? This is 1952, I think, maybe a little earlier. And this is a PSA about two working parents, and this is called Parlor Street. So first, let's get an introduction to the members in the play.
Like father, like son. Like mother, like daughter. But children take after their parents in more ways than looks. Let's watch what happens at the clinic. What makes this difference in children? Could it be this difference in their parents?
Okay, we'll take a stop right here. So first we're going to introduce the characters. So this is Miss Vernon, okay? And this is the Vernon family. And this is in, I guess you can call it rural Georgia, but actually it's more suburb of Atlanta now. And this is a city called Gainesville. And of course this is a PSA, so there's a fair amount of acting in this, but this acting of course meets the standard of behavior for that time period. And we're getting a chance to look into what a family looks like and the struggles that they're going to start going through when the second person in the home starts working, which is important in its own way. But what I find very revealing about this documentary, or PSA if you will, is a time capsule, and you can see a lot of the dainty behaviors and the way that people walked and talked and conducted themselves, and what was considered normal and what was considered problematic. And right off the bat, you notice a couple of things. First of all, you notice that all the women they're all wearing dresses. And you notice that the dress is drastically different from men and women. But another thing you can see is you're seeing the warmth between her and her son here. And you're also seeing with the father earlier, you saw that the father was very warm with the children also, which clearly demonstrates a very loving and a very warm environment for children to grow up in, okay? Now we're gonna take a look at a second clip here. We're not gonna watch the whole movie. This is a situation where the girls are quote unquote acting up, if you will. And I want you to see the elder lady's reaction to this, and then I want you to see what Miss Vernon does in response to that.
This porch. You ought to be ashamed of yourselves, dancing to the devil like that. You better get off this porch.
Let's go to your house. Yes, my mom don't care if we dance.
That pie looks good.
Okay. All right, so we'll take a stop there. Of course, they're washing clothes by hand here. But one thing I find really interesting about this clip is that we see her in the first clip, she's comforting the son. And in the second clip, we get to see her actually be girly, dainty. She gets to have fun. She gets to entertain not only herself, but the young girls. And she's in a situation that is comfortable enough that she can let her hair down. She can be soft, which is one of the themes of this video. And what I find really interesting about that transition is that not only does she make the transition from comforter to acting dainty and like a little girl, or like a soft woman, if you will. I said little girl, but a free woman, if you will, is that she did it almost effortlessly. She did it effortlessly. She wasn't worried or overly concerned about a great number of things. And she is soft in all aspects, and it is one of the reasons that the girls felt very open with her. They felt very safe being themselves and dancing with her. Let's take a look at another scene here. Okay, so this is a scene of the husband coming home. And I want you to take a look at the kind of interaction that they have, not just the man and the woman, but look at the reaction of the kids and just the general overall atmosphere of this situation.
No one stormy homecoming is going to do a great deal of harm, though, if most of the time it's like this.
Got my dinner ready yet, honey?
Be ready in about 15 minutes.
What are you doing there, boy? Speeding? Huh?
Why don't you go on the porch and rest a while?
Okay. Come on, boy. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Here, let me get the baby out of the way for you.
Okay, so here we have a chance to see the father with the kids, and they're taking some time to, see their father after school. And here you see them taking his shoes off. Okay, I want to stop right there. But I also want you to take a notice that in this situation, the emotional labor is cut in half. It's spread around two parents. So you're seeing a group of children, of course, getting their emotional needs met by two different parents. And of course, they have the aunt who is helping them babysit. And what I am struck by in this situation is just, even though it's acting, of course, but again, it's mimicking the ideal for the time period, is that there's a great deal of warmth. There's a deal of belonging, okay? And I think that belonging is something that we both need as men and women. And so in this PSA, I think on purpose, they're showing how warm and inviting this home situation is. So let's watch them eat dinner.
Supper's ready. Come on, let's eat.
I hate to stop here, but I want you to take a look at, just try and feel what this room feels like. What do you think the atmosphere of this room is? Look and just feel it.
The children are all right now. Here they are safe and comfortable and happy.
Okay, we'll take a stop there. So we're again seeing a warm family. We're seeing the children in an ideal situation, and it is not a one-to-one emotional, you give to me and I take. It is a very complex situation where you have sometimes the wife giving to the husband, sometimes the husband giving to the daughter, the older daughter giving to the younger daughter, the daughter's giving to the mom when she's set. You have this array of emotional give and take that makes this warm family environment. And anyone that's grown up in a two-parent family with a lot of brothers and sisters, and it's ideal, you know that there are so many warm connections that give you a really strong sense of belonging. And you belong not because of what you do, you belong because of you being there, because you are there, because you are as a being. You're not doing things to belong, you just belong. And that belonging frees people up to be truly themselves, not just as a character, but they can open up emotionally. Now let's take a last look, and this is a situation where the son is upset about something he's hiding under the bed, and dad comes home and he comforts the boy, okay?
What's wrong with you? Now, that ain't gonna hurt you. That ain't gonna hurt you. Be quiet now, that ain't gonna hurt you. That won't hurt you. Now, kid. That's it. That's a good boy. What was the matter with Kenneth today? The boy was crying like he was scared to death.
Don't know what it was. Aunt Esther's mighty hard on the children sometimes.
Yeah?
As soon as we get the furniture paid for, I'm going to see if I can stay at home more days.
Yeah, we better.
We'll stop there. So, and actually, I like this scene because, again, we're seeing this is emotional closeness. This is not sexual closeness here. This is, I have someone on this planet that I can work with, someone that I can rely on. And I think that is the essence of what a two-parent, not only two-parent, but what a marriage can do to emotionally stabilize us. Here we have a woman who wants to see her husband succeed, and we have a man who wants to do for his wife. Of course, people are making different amounts of money now, and there are dynamics all inside of that. But put the money aside. These are two people that are working together because they want the best for each other, and they want the best for their kids. And so again, we talk about the emotional array of all of this support. Some support's going from the husband to the wife, some from the wife to the husband, some from the husband or from the dad to the children, and all the way around. And again, they are not able to share this moment if they don't have a closeness that is more than just sexual. This closeness is more than that. It's emotional. Now, I said that, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to talk about this diamond clip, which is going around the internet now. And I want you to pay attention not only to what she's talking, how she's talking, but also to her mannerisms and her word choice. So this is a woman she's going to claim she's had relations with a lot of men. And so this is her response to how many men have you been with?
Oh, you know what? I'm going to drink to that one. I don't know if you know what? Let me stop being a... Honestly, I don't know. I can't even answer the question truthfully because I don't know. I don't keep track. Who the keeps track of how many they like? That's just like I don't know. Let me see. Because I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna tell y'all some shit I never told nobody. So this is a very exclusive interview. I lost my virginity at 12 years old. So I've been for a long time. not funny. I'm not saying that to just like, I'm just telling my truth. Okay, I've been literally, I remember I lost my at 12 years old. I remember the boy, everything. I remember the whole day like it was yesterday. But 12 to now, it's been a lot. Girl, is it just count for just or in
everybody?
Okay, so we'll stop there. So we could say a lot about this clip, and I know a lot of people are looking at this clip and they're casting aspersions on her. They're kind of judging her in a way of saying, oh, you know, she's lower than you, she's lower than me, she only has purpose for one thing. How is it thing that people have come to this? But that's not the take I have on it. I have a different take on it. So I want to talk about like the connection between these two, the Miss Vernon we saw earlier and Diamond here. So one thing I noticed is that Diamond is emotionally hard. She speaks about sex as if it is only a physical act for pleasure. She's not emotionally available. So whatever happened, and it's unfortunate that she started having sex so young, but that's a clear failure on her parents to have her in such a situation. But she doesn't have the emotional availability to be emotionally soft, which is the complete opposite of what Miss Vernon has. And of course, you'll hear many people talk about how earlier situations, the traditional situation as quote unquote slavery or oppression. But if you look at, this is the polar opposite of traditional. She is sexually free. She can do exactly what she wants. And I think she says she's 24, 25, she may be young, I think 25. At 25, she has zero emotional availability. She has zero emotional softness. It's gone. And she has maybe another 50 years to live. Another point I noticed is Miss Vernon, she's part of a group. That group, she gives to the group and the group gives to her. And that group is what allows her to have the emotional availability, the softness, to be there for her son when he's scared at the clinic, for the daughters when they're dancing and their aunt is mad at them. And that group is what buoys her ability to be herself, be soft, be available. And without a family, as we're seeing here with Diamond, she doesn't have the access to that. She is servicing or being serviced, whichever you want to look at it. But when she's intimate, the emotionality is just not there for her. And lastly, Miss Vernon, she has a lot of freedom. And so out here I wrote girl-like, but women-like, girl-like, or dainty, if you will. She can dance with the girls. She can be loving and caring to her son when he's going to the clinic. She can be emotionally close to her husband. She can even jest with her mean aunt, I guess, when she's after dancing with the girls. And so you see this kind of flow of different characters that she's allowed to assume in this grand dynamic of this large family. And I don't know if Diamond has the freedom to be anything other than what we're seeing in this video. This is her. She doesn't have the freedom. She doesn't have the opportunity to pour into other people or to be soft or to be, I don't want to say emotionally available, but be vulnerable to someone that she knows cares about her for more than just what she can do for that person pleasure-wise. And that is a strong difference I see between Miss Vernon and Diamond. So, with that, let's talk about our takeaways. So, first, men will go to the bat. Men will go to war for soft women. And if you saw Mr. Vernon, and there's a part, and I encourage you, if you have time, you should have actually watched it because it's somewhat interesting. Mr. Vernon is working probably at he's a blue collar worker for certain. And he comes home one day and he's complaining about how hard his job is, but he willingly goes to that job. And so that his wife can stay home as much as possible. He wants to maintain the softness in his woman. That is paramount to him. And because of that, it gives Miss Vernon this freedom that I can still be dainty and free and girl-like and still be a little silly because I have Mr. Vernon to go to bat for me. Second takeaway is Diamond is mimicking male behavior. If you see how she talks about body count, the way she's swearing, and sometimes you'll even see women who are, physically aggressive. Those manifest the fact that I don't feel like I'm a ladylike, dainty-like, so all I can do is mimic male behavior. And you can be upset at my takeaway from this, but men don't see Diamond's behavior as ladylike. They don't see it as soft. It is borderline competitive. That is how men talk during football games and after in the locker room. And so, no, there are very few men that will look at her and say, I want to make her life soft. Also, Diamond is very unfortunate, but she may never ever have the chance to experience emotional warmth and interdependence of a family. And so she is always going to be looking out for herself. She's always going to have to take care of her day-to-day needs for sure, and even her emotional needs. That is 100% going to be her responsibility, her job. She will not be alleviated of those things by a man who cares for her. And I think that is borderline tragic. And lastly, of course, there will not be a man, most likely, that will see her as a soft being. Most men that have seen this video have a visceral reaction of she is someone who services men. And after she's done servicing a man, there's no more need for her. Now, I'm not saying that's right or wrong. I'm saying that that's what how men react when they see this video. And she will never get the opportunity to be soft. And I think that's a tragedy. So when I talk about the soft girl era, there are still soft girls. And as a matter of fact, there are a lot of soft black women, a lot of them. But I'll tell you what those soft women have and why they're going to have a soft girl era. They have a husband that will go to war to make sure that those women can live as soft lives as possible. You get a man that is willing to do that for you, you can have a soft girl era. But if you have to micromanage all the little things, all the child work, all of your emotional and monetary and day-to-day issues, it is impossible to be soft. You have too many things coming in and out. And to be honest with you, men, for the right women, will do that gladly to see that your day is a little bit softer. So is there going to be a soft girl era? Absolutely. But that soft girl era, that's for the married women, married to men who love them. Talk to you on the next video.